All right, ladies and gentlemen. So next we're going to be going over lesson 17 and 3/10 or lesson 17.3. All right, so with the guided practice. Number one, I'd like for you guys to go ahead and, when you guys are going to answer these here, all right, so as y'all can tell, ladies and gentlemen, for some of these questions, it's going to be difficult for y'all to put your answers. So for a lot of these, I'm not going to really be grading on them because it's going to be hard for me. It's going to take a lot on y'all and a lot on me. But I will grade some of them here, okay? So I'd like for you all to go ahead and input your answers, and I'm gonna number them when I embed the questions here. Okay, so the answers that I'm gonna be grading for the guided practice are gonna be numbers 3 and 4. Please make sure that you guys, when you guys are answering, let's say for example number 3, I want you guys to put the mean, and then whatever the mean is. Okay, then put a comma. Then I want you guys to write the median. Then whatever the median is, then a comma, and then the range, and then whatever the range is. Okay, please, like that. If it's not like that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna count it wrong because I've been going crazy grading papers because it's been challenging because some, I guess, yeah. Anyways, so this is a format that I'm gonna be looking for. If it's not in this format, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna count it wrong. All right. So number 4. Describe the spread, center, and shape of the data. The only one I'm going to be looking for, number 4, ladies and gents, is this. For number 4, ladies and gents, I want y'all to describe, or just tell me the spread. What is the spread? And if you guys need to know what the spread is, you guys can look back in the examples that you guys, that we went over already. Okay, don't worry about the center and the shape of the data, ladies and gents. Just tell me if it's symmetric or if it's not symmetric, okay? Just tell me if it's symmetric or not symmetric. And for number 5, ladies and gentlemen, compare your answer with what the book suggests, okay? So the only 2 questions that I'm going to be grading here are 3 and 4, okay? All right, so going over these questions, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, they're asking you all to tell whether the situation could yield variable data. If possible, write a statistical question. Number 1, the town council members want to know how much recyclable trash a typical household in town generates each week. What do y'all think, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all think that's, would that yield variable data or would it be consistent? Well, of course that's gonna be variable because, I mean, does every household, do they all throw away the same amount of trash? No, they don't, ladies and gentlemen. Every household is different. Like here at my household, we recycle a lot. Like we try to minimize our use. You know, we try to be, environmentally conscious because it's your future. You know, the more we use now, the less you have tomorrow. But anyways, so every household is different. So that is different. So to answer the second part of that, how could we write it into a statistical question? Like as if we were to like take a poll in our class, it would be how much recyclable trash does each household generate, or does a typical household generate? All right, so that's one way of doing it. All right, so ladies and gents, to make a dot plot of the data here, this is how you do it, ladies and gents. 0. You guys are given this data here. So you see how the smallest one is 0? So yeah, they're asking, well, first of all, let's read the question. Kate asked some friends how many movies they saw last winter. Use her data for 2 and 3. So here's the data that they saw. So she asked one of her friends. One of her friends didn't see any. But yet, so even though it's 0, we still need that data point. Then, now moving on, 2 of her friends saw 1 movie. So here, 1 movie, but she had 2 friends. So it's going to be 2 dots like that. Next, we have 2 friends that saw 2 movies as well. Like this. However, for 3 movies, we have 3 friends that saw 3 movies. And 4 friends that saw 4 movies. 5 movies was 4 friends as well. 6 movies was 2 friends. 7 was 3 friends. 8 was 2 friends. 9 was 2 friends. 17, wow. That person had yeah. All right, so that's how y'all would create a dot plot from the data. Now, for number 3, they're asking y'all to find the mean, median, and range of the data. Ladies and gents, remember, the mean is the average. You have to add all of them up and then divide by the number of values that you added, okay? The median is the number that's in the middle. That's when you guys should do the following number. They're already in order from least to greatest, so just go like this. Okay? But another way y'all can do it, if they give you guys a dot plot, would be like this. Let me color code this. Cross that one out, that one out. Like that and so forth, and you guys could get the median. And the range of the data, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between the smallest data value and the largest data value. The largest number we have here is 17. The smallest one we have is 0. So 17 minus 0 would be 17. That would be the range. And how could we describe the spread? The spread, ladies and gentlemen, it just basically means what is the smallest value with data and what is the largest value with data. And here, in this situation, number 4, the spread will be from 0 to 17. That is a spread because there was one friend who saw 0 movies and there was another friend who saw 17. So the spread is 0 to 17. The spread and the range are similar but different, okay? The range is actually the difference. But the spread is just, okay, you know what? The smallest number was 0, the largest number was 17. And the center, I'll describe that a bit later. And the shape, I asked y'all to describe if it was symmetrical or non-symmetrical. This is not symmetrical. If you guys were to cut it in half, would it be symmetrical? No, it wouldn't. Okay. Alrighty. And 17 would be considered an outlier, ladies and gentlemen. It's not close to the data. It's kind of on its own. So that's what you guys consider an outlier. Alrighty. So let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, which brings us to the independent practice. I'd like for you guys to go ahead and answer number 12 and number 14 only on the following page, okay? Or on the following questions that I'm going to attach. But I'd like for y'all to compare your answers right now when I show the answers for your other questions with what the book suggests, okay? And I'm going to go over some of them here with y'all. Oh, and when you guys can use the complete sentence for number 12. I mean, I have access to the question, to your answer, so I know what you're all talking about. But for number 14, it's similar to the other one, okay? When you guys are putting your answers, I want you guys to put the mean, then whatever your mean is, comma, the median, then comma, then the range, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Please put it in this format. Please put it in that format, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty? If it's not in that format, I'm going to count it wrong. Please follow those directives, please. Alrighty. So let's go, please. Number 6. They're asking y'all, describe how a statistical question yields an answer with variability. Give an example. All right, so a statistical question, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to yield different answers. Like, there's not going to be no answers. Let's say if you ask Paul, hey, Paul, how old are you? Is his answer going to vary? No, because he's 12 years old, right? That's all he is. But what if you guys were to ask, let's say 10 friends, how many brothers and sisters do you have? That's going to vary, right? Because most of your friends have different amounts. Some of them have, no brothers and sisters. Some of them have 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth like that. Okay, so that's an example. Let's go now next for number 7 through 10. They're asking it to determine whether the question is a statistical question. If it is a statistical question, identify the units for the answer. So number 7, an antique collector wants to know the age of a particular chair in a shop. Well, what do y'all think? Well, that is not statistical because, that chair was only a specific age. It's not going to vary in age. It's 12 years old. It's 14 years old. It's 100 years old. Okay, number 8. How tall do the people in your immediate and extended family tend to be? Well, that's going to vary, ladies and gentlemen. Not all your family is, 5 foot 10 inches. Not all the individuals in your family are 5 foot 3 inches. Everybody, that varies. So that is a statistical question. How tall is Sam? Well, that is not that is not statistical because Sam is, 5'4" and that's it. He's not varying you, at least that day. How much did your classmates typically spend on music downloads last year? Well, that's going to vary. Some classmates spend a lot of money. Some classmates don't spend any. That's just going to vary. All right, so for number 11, make a dot plot of the data. Here, ladies and gentlemen, my suggestion is for you guys to look at the smallest value and the largest value. That gives you guys an idea of what to put down here. The smallest data value that we have there is 7. And the largest one that we have there is 12. So maybe go in an increment starting from, let me see. All right, well, here are the answers because it's kind of hard for me to explain without you guys having a visual to see it there. Okay, and that is how they suggested that we do it here, okay? Because you're asking us to use the following data for 11 through 14. The data give the number of days of precipitation per month during 1 year in a city. So here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the data. They used this data right there to create that dot plot. And those are the increments that they went by. What does each dot represent? How many months are represented, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you have to count the number of dots that there are, which in this case, there are 12 dots, which one for each month of the year. Number 13, describe the shape, center, and spread of the data distribution. Are there any outliers? Well, here, ladies and gents, first of all, the shape, it's kind of like the data is clustered or are between 7 through 12 days. That's the way you would describe it. Here, the peak appears to be around 9 days, and there are no outliers. There's no number. There's no data values that are like by themselves, way by themselves. All right, and the mean, median, and range are given right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Alrighty. And hopefully sometime next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to establish a time so that this process will get a little better for us. Okay. I mean, I'm trying my hardest. I'm just trying different avenues